Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Magic. And here's his story. Hi, Ollie. I've been no contact for about 3 months with my family now. I spent almost 3 months living in a hostel and moved to a new place as I could no longer afford to live there. I found this new place advertised on a small piece of paper, sellotaped to a bus stop, and texted the number. I met the only person living in this place, and my instinct told me not to trust him the moment I saw him. I went up with him to view the place, and the first thing I noticed when I walked in the door were 3 dogs lying in the hallway. Though they were physically fine, they seemed emotionally and mentally zombified. The place didn't smell the best either, and had about 5 rooms available that all needed paint jobs. The person was asking me some personal questions. He's in his mid-40s, I'm going on 30. And we shared some stories together, and sure enough, I got a room. He told me a bunch of stories since I've been living here for 3 days now about former tenants. It's just me and him living here at the moment, and one person who woke up in a bed with about 8 cockroaches. He said somehow they managed to climb up behind her while she was sitting outside. Her stuff is still here and she decided to leave. I was told she's collecting them today and feel I should have a chat with her when she gets here and see if there's any other reason why she's leaving. Oh, with the cockroaches and the smell. But there could be another reason. There's no harm in doing that. I noticed in every single one of his stories, he's always been the victim to something. He sent me about 3 texts asking me to advertise the property in the hostel I was leaving, but only wanted female tenants to use the excuse to balance out the numbers. I frankly couldn't be bothered doing this because it's not my responsibility, and I was very busy that week. And when he asked me if I put up the notice and I told him the hostel wouldn't accept them, he raised his voice at me and told me to use my imagination. Yeah, this guy is up to no good. I mean, you've only been there for 3 days and he's giving you all this response. Like, this isn't your responsibility, it's his. And this is what they do. I mean, this is what a narcissist will do. They'll immediately start delegating their responsibility. Like, I just met you. What are you delegating responsibility? What are you giving me homework assignments to do? I don't even know you. Another thing I find suspicious is he didn't want a deposit, nor would he accept any tenants locking their doors for personal security of their belongings. What? Some female former tenant brought some children over one day and left the place a few days later, and the next time she saw him, she was screaming at him, pedophile. That's what I was thinking. Left me thinking, well, you must have done something to them if she's shouting like that at you in public and leaving the next day. He's been walking into my room a few times for a chat, leaving me feeling, go away, please. I need to be alone for a while. I don't have time, nor do I care about your stories. You got to be careful, because if he's after women and you're a dude, he may be setting you up for something, to take blame for something. He might be trying to groom you, to drag you into something. It's all bad and you need to get away from it. He told me about another tenant who used one of his pots that cost about £380 to buy to cook a meal. She dropped it by accident and broke it. She offered to pay about £15 to have it replaced, and he told her she needed to pay the full cost and yelled, "I'm not paying £380 for a pot." The guy doesn't even have paint on the walls. The place stinks and has cockroaches, yet he's spending $380 for cookware? I hardly doubt that. You can't even get actual pot that's worth £380 or dollars these times, let alone cookware. I'm not paying 380 pounds for a pot, and left the next day. Left me thinking, yeah, don't allow your housemates to use something that expensive where there's a chance they'll break it, idiot. How do you break a pot? Like, it's bullshit. He also wants me to get proof of address from my doctor or a cop instead of the landlord. What? I went to the police station today and told her about this place and the person living here, and she warned me that I could be the victim of a student accommodation scam. She found it very suspicious this wasn't advertised online or in the paper. She told me it wouldn't surprise her if I come back to the place one day and I'm paying £60 a week to the tenant, not the landlord. Find the door locked and my laptop stolen. He doesn't like anyone closing their bedroom doors, and I was trying to sleep last night, and he was up till about 1 a.m. smoking pot and laughing at some film, knowing I had to be up early for one-to-one tutoring at the library I volunteer at. I did close my door and heard him muttering something as I did so. It left me feeling it's my fucking room. I'll close my fucking door if I want to. And you're paying to be there. I woke up the next morning and have been coughing since. I looked up his name on Google and saw a story about one of his dogs who ran away in 2013 and was found 11 days later, leaving me thinking, why did he run off in the first place? Doesn't seem happy here right now. There's so many things I feel like saying to this guy in regards to my boundaries or what I find suspicious. And he's also shown signs of racism and short temperament. I'm not sure what he'd do if he found out I'm former bisexual, but hopefully he already knows then. Dude, that's why he's cluing in on you. I'm sure he is too. Dude, he spots something in you that he thinks he can groom. But hopefully I can apply for homeless or find another place to live. Finding a place to settle down and live peacefully has been exhausting for me the last 3 months, but hopefully I won't have to run back to my family of origin. I already know the answer is to get away. I just felt I needed to share this with someone because I'm internally panicked and exhausted. If you have any ideas or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Cheers, Magic. All right, well, obviously you're not in this country. You've written to me before about problems with your family, and I'm glad you got away from them, but you went from one problem to the next. It sounds to me this guy is like some kind of pedo. That's what I was suspecting before even the accusation. This is all grooming tactics. Everything he's doing is grooming tactics to get you used to having no privacy, no boundaries, and he can go, this is insane. Who's going to rent a place where you can't lock your doors and secure your possessions? People leaving left and right. He's got $380 cookware set, but the place stinks and there's no paint and you can't lock anything. Come on. You already know the answer. Magic, you got to get out of there. This isn't the place for you, and you're going to get set up for something really, really bad. And even the police seem to think there's something bad going on here. So, the best thing you can do is to move on and move on quickly before you get caught up in something you can't get out of, or get yourself hurt, or get blamed for something that he puts on you, or you're involved in some weird raid. You don't want to be a part of it. If he's a pedo, you don't want to be the only other guy living there as he's looking to groom other women. That's terrifying. The narcissist will always look for somebody to groom. Always. Don't be that person. So, I hope that helps. Thank you again, Magic, for another contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help or can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it successful, growing, and expanding, because this channel succeeds 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance.